Hey, if you think it would be a great idea to get your immune system up so you can avoid the coronavirus and any other illness, then hey, stay tuned because what I'm going to talk about today are the things that you need to be doing, putting into your lifestyle, some simple and practical steps that you can use so that you can improve your immune system and be safer for everyone. And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years I've been a sexual performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And as a sexual performance coach, I'm always talking about your health. And that applies to the coronavirus now more than ever. People need to pay attention to their immune system because if you don't, it's affecting not only yourself, your family, but also the community. So today, specifically, what I'm going to talk about are the two most important parts of the easiest system, where we're talking about energy and sleep. Highly important. And also, I'm going to share some information to make what I say stick in terms of your lifestyle so you can make these changes. And also, as a bonus, I'm going to talk about our Facebook group. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, if you like what you hear, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And what I'm going to do is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, let's talk about you and your immune system, because when it comes to the coronavirus, when it comes to COVID-19, your immune system is what's going to save you. And it's really important to understand that we're not here to just wait for the vaccine or wait for the cure. There are things you can do right now to boost your immune system so that you're protected. Now, if we look at your immune system like, those old school video games where you start off with this much energy and then you get hit and something happens and your energy goes down. Well, if your immune system is like that, when you're at your top, when you're at the A game, your immune system is working properly, you will be able to hit the point where you're asymptomatic. If the coronavirus comes in contact with you, it won't affect you. Yes, you may be able to still spread it to other people, but you won't get sick. The amount of time that it takes for you to get rid of the virus, for your body become inoculated to it, is much quicker. And so when you're at full power, that means there are no underlying issues. We're not talking about diabetes or asthma or lung diseases or any other circulatory disease. And COVID-19 is not like the swine flu in that the swine flu of 1913, if you got it, didn't matter if you were healthy or not, possibly 12 hours, you would be dead. COVID-19, not like that. Really depends on your immune system being strong. Now, if you're at the lower side of that, as in you're elderly, your immune system is compromised, you have underlying issues, then it's much easier to get sick, stay sick, and possibly leading to death. And this is not dependent upon what you look like, which is subjective. It's like, hey, you got a six-pack, but he passed. What happened? Well, if internally you're not healthy, it doesn't matter. So it's really important for your health system to be up, not just look good, but also to have your immune system up. The problem is so many people have so many different issues in this country and around the world when we're talking about circulatory diseases, and that comes into play if you get COVID-19. And we're talking about a lifestyle that doesn't work. We've been going through and doing things that don't make sense. Now we have to shift it back so we can improve our immune system. And this really sort of highlights how our belief systems, our medical system is just off the chain, because why isn't anyone else talking about this? You see the news, they're talking about COVID-19, coronavirus constantly, but they're not talking about boosting your immune system, which is the way to protect yourself and everybody else. Also, this is a mass issue. We're talking about not just you, but your family and your community. If you're sick, it's going to cost you in terms of medical time and time off of work and dealing with your family. If your family is sick, you still have those issues. If your community or people that you work with are still sick, they're still sending out, the second wave of the coronavirus because they never got inoculated. They don't have the vaccine. Their immune system is weak. We need for everybody to be on board with this. So please make sure you share this message. And I have a quick question for you. What if a healthy culture was just normal to us? It's something that we did constantly. How would that change your life? I'll talk about that again in a second. What we're talking about is the easiest system. We're talking about energy, sleep, exercise, intermittent fasting, and your soul. And what we're talking about today are the energy and the sleep portions of that. So let's talk about the energy. And I do talk about energy instead of eating because I want to make sure you understand the difference between just eating whatever and making sure you're eating energy. When you're consuming energy, live foods, fruits and vegetables, your immune system goes up. When you eat dead things, processed foods, any and all animals, then you're eating death. And it's going to slow down your body. You're a living creature. You're not supposed to eat death, but that's what we do on the regular. And I have to say this, death does not care about your opinion. If you're eating any animal that was alive and is now dead and you're consuming it, then you're consuming death. Death is going to do what death does. It's going to decay, and it's going to decay inside your body, leading to a lower immune system, which can show up in diabetes, respiratory illnesses, circulatory illnesses, etc. Now, where you get your energy from is everyone gets all their energy from the sun. The fruits and the vegetables, they're collecting that energy, making it easier for us to consume it into our bodies and increase our immune system. Now, if you're one of those people who's like, I have to eat meat, I get it. I understand. I was just like you not too long ago. However, with the proper information, you will understand that, you can go ahead and eat meat, but let's not say that it's healthy, okay? Let's agree on that. If we can agree it's not healthy, that you shouldn't be feeding this to your children, then things can get better. The more energy you consume, the stronger your immune system. When we're talking about plants, people always talk about protein. All plants have the essential amino acids that you need to build protein. Eating a whole plant diet actually reduces your inflammation, which actually increases your immune system in just about 3 weeks by 28%. So a lot of people ask, which plants do I eat? All of them. It really doesn't matter. The plants that are known to you may not be known to people on the other side of the world. However, if you went to the other side of the world and you were eating plants, you'd be able to live. That's what works as a human. We eat plants. I know there are a lot of people who say, humans are carnivores. Humans are not carnivores. Carnivores eat animals alive, and they need that fresh blood to move it through their digestive system. You can't do that. Our ancestors were primarily vegetarian. Humans only started eating meat about 150 years ago in mass, and the factory farming industry did not start up until the 1960s. So we have a growing list of issues with us eating meat, and now we're at this point where our kids won't live to be our age. So we're proving that this doesn't work. So just to be clear, meat does cause a lot of issues, and therefore it is not good for you and for your immune system. You can make the change. A lot of people say, I have to eat meat. I can't. It's all psychological. You've seen the commercials. It's your mama telling you, go ahead, eat that. That's your favorite meal. That's all true. But as far as your body is concerned, you do not have to consume dead flesh. Here's a quick question, just a way to think about it. Do you know how to grow food? Yeah. Have you ever taken a class on how to grow food? Some people may have. The vast majority of us have no idea. But somehow we have to go into a store to buy food when we can get it from the ground for free. All right, let's talk about sleep real quick. Skipping on sleep is not a good idea because that is the baseline for your immune system. While sleeping, your body makes cytokines, which is good at targeting inflammation and disease. Getting 8 hours of sleep keeps your immune system up and protects you from heart disease, diabetes, etc. Chronic lack of sleep will actually make a flu vaccine actually not as effective for you. So sleep is necessary for your immune system to run as efficiently as possible, because what happens is sleep gives your body the chance to assess the threat and to go after it. Because without sleep, your body doesn't know how to effectively fight the disease. And this is really important because this applies directly to the coronavirus. Sleep helps you avoid catching colds and flus. And in one study, participants who slept for 6 hours or less had 4.2 times the amount of possibility of catching a cold. All right, let's talk about some changes that you can make. We're talking about the bonus, which is our Facebook group. I'm really happy that we can finally get this Facebook group going. We wanted to do some things first and, sort of delay it, but it's important that we get folks in right now. The reason why we're having this Facebook group is so that we have a place where people can congregate and encourage each other. For myself, I will be able to connect with you guys more often. For people who have questions, it's just a little bit easier to answer those in Facebook. So you want to go to Facebook, check out ESEIS. That is our Facebook group. You'll be able to join in and we'll get some great information, some thought processes, things that'll make it easier for you to make the adjustments in your life. So it will be wonderful for you to join us with our Facebook group. It is ESEIS. And you'll be able to get access to me. You'll get the information, you'll get the encouragement that you need to make these lifestyle changes. The more people who join us, the more people who increase their immune system, the faster we can get out of this mess. Also, I am going live on YouTube every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please mark your calendars. I know a lot of guys have questions. It's very hard to get to everything in the comment section. If you want to get some questions answered live, please join me there. So in conclusion, you are energy and you need more energy so you can thrive more often and boost your immune system. Increasing your immune system is everyone's job so you can help fight the coronavirus. Sleep increases your immune system strength and helps your body effectively defend itself. And here's the question of the day. Are you able to get more sleep now that you are under a stay-at-home order? Are you trying it? Make sure you get your sleep in. Leave comments below. And as always, if you like what you heard, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and make sure to sign up for our Facebook group, ESEIS, on Facebook, and join me on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so we can dive in and talk about these subjects. And as always, this is Uncle B saying, get your game up. Peace out.